guys, and welcome back. In today's Pick a Card Tarot reading, we are asking what makes you intimidating? So, what is it about your power, your energy that kind of makes people feel a certain way when you are around? So, let's go ahead and get started. Pretty simple topic today. Today, we have 3 groups to choose from. This is group 1, group 2, and group 3. For group 1 today, we have a little moonstone chip. For group 2, we have a natural clear fluorite octahedron. It's all clear, no other colors of fluorite. And for group 3, we have a little blue lace agate. So as always, take as much time as you need to decide which group or groups that you feel most drawn to. You can pause the video if you need, but when you're ready, please go ahead and click the corresponding timestamp in the description box below this video, and I will see you in just a second in your reading. Group 1, and welcome to your reading. You guys chose the little moonstone polished chip today. So today we are asking, what makes you intimidating? What about you is so powerful? It makes people feel some kind of way, maybe even a little bit afraid. I don't know why that's coming through fear. I don't know if you are so intimidating it does make some people afraid here, but let's go ahead and get started. What makes group 1 intimidating? So for your rune, we have Kenaz. So Kenaz is all about skill. So there's some, you are very, very good at what you do, what you are skilled at, your trade, your art, your craft. You have 2 things, okay? Because I'm just being drawn to the fact that this is 2 lines. You have natural talent that you have also studied and practiced with whatever it is you do. So, I mean, this could be what you do at work. You might intimidate a lot of people at work because you're so good at your job. This could be your art, your craft, your music, whatever it is. I'm also kind of getting something about the physical body. I'm starting to feel a lot of flowy movement here. Like I'm moving side to side here. So there's something really flowy about your energy. I feel like maybe you get into flow states really easily, especially in regards to whatever craft that we're picking up here, whatever skill it is you have. You just make it look so easy, even though it's like not easy, and you put a ton of work into it. Like I'm seeing like people doing gymnastics or calisthenics or something, where it seems like, simple movements, but it actually takes so many years of practice to be able to do that. But yeah, flowy back and forth. I don't know if some of you are dancers, but yeah, your skill in and of itself intimidates people. So from the Herbal Astrology Oracle, we have 47, which is skullcap, and it says stillness. And from the Animal Spirit, we have this spider. Like I'm getting Black Widow. Like Black Widow energy. So there's something with the fact that this says stillness, and spiders sit there and they kind of just like they build the web and they kind of just wait for their prey. There's something about your energy that's kind of like that. It's like you're not silently threatening, or you are silent. You are not loudly threatening anybody, saying, hey, if you come near me, I'm gonna destroy you. You just kind of have this energy about you. Like it's apparent that your web is there, and you could harm them if they tried to cross you, you know. Like there's almost like people perceive some kind of like viciousness in you, but they only know it's going to happen if they step over a certain line, if they get too close into your space, if they try to harm you in some way. But we also have the Scorpion here. Some of you might be Scorpios, doesn't have to be. Spiders are also earth energy. This is also very practical, earth grounded energy here. Those are 2 arachnids though. We have a Scorpion and a spider. So yeah, you have a side that people are scared that you can attack them, you can destroy them, you can sting them with this stinger. Like you have some kind of venom. I don't feel like you show it though. I feel like people just know this from your energy. You can cut them, and you can also see through them. Because, like, look at this face right here. It's, like, cut in half. I feel like you can really see through people's bullshit. I feel like you know when people are being two-faced, you know when people are lying, but you're not going to call it out. You're not going to directly tell them. You're not going to, like if someone's lying to you or being manipulative, it's like you can see that. You notice it, but you don't say anything. I feel like there's a lot of intimidating power just in your silence. Because you know how like a lot of manipulative people, they kind of want you to challenge them because they know that if you, how do I describe this? Like, if someone's lying to you, they do it in such a way where they want you, if you question it, they can call you crazy for questioning it. So you know not to do that. You know to just keep silent, or maybe even just communicate with your eye contact and be quiet. Like, I know what you're doing. Don't try. And I feel like that really scares manipulative people, two-faced people trying to get one over on you. I'm hearing this song by, I think it's called Peachka or whatever her name is. I think she's a tarot reader too. I haven't actually read her channel. But there's a line in there that's like, you can't manipulate me, baby. Better know that I'm fluent. So you're like, you notice everything people are trying to do to harm you. You just don't call it out. You just stay silent in your power, in your web, like this Black Widow. Like, if you want to try me, you're going to get caught in this web. And people read that. People know that. You're also really patient, right? Because spiders just sit there patiently, and they built the web. And then their food just kind of comes to them. Their prey just comes to them. They don't have to chase their prey. Everything comes to them. So this is it's a really dark feminine energy, right? Because feminine is attractive. Feminine draws things to it. So it's almost like, yeah, I don't really know what else to say besides Black Widow, because I feel like that really accurately describes the energy. But there's also these hourglasses on this card. So you can wait. Like, if you're the type of person that gets revenge, you'll serve it cold, you know? And I feel like you can be really loving, but you can also, like, you know, cut off your energy, cut off your emotions just like that. Like, if someone crosses you, it's like, okay, I'm done. I'm cold now. That kind of thing. So, yeah, it's a really deep kind of, it's very subtle. It's a subtle, intimidating energy because we have Pluto here. So it's just that Pluto's like this depth, this undercurrent. I feel like that's where a lot of your intimidating energy comes from, because there's that intimidating energy under the surface, but like there's also your craft, which you are obviously skilled at. So it's like these two different factors here. And it's interesting that this is a spider, right? Because spiders are also associated with craft, with the ability to build things and create things because of how they build their webs. So that really reinforces what we were talking about with this Kenaz rune. But let's get some more detail here. So, Spirit, can you tell us more? What makes Group 1 intimidating? For some of you, there might even be rumors that you have cut some people. You have fiercely defended yourself, so maybe people hear those rumors, and so maybe they're a little bit hesitant to come at you just because of that, because of what they've heard. So we have the Seven of Swords. Okay. The Five of Pentacles, King of Cups, Knight of Wands. So I feel like it's what I was saying. Manipulative people trying to get one over on you, especially emotional manipulation. Like, you do not fall for that. And I feel like whenever people try that on you, or they try to run some game on you, because the King of Cups, when he's like, you know, misaligned, he can be very emotionally manipulative and just like use emotions against people with like his logic, and he tries to play people like that. So with the Knight of Wands, that's like major player energy here. And then we have this deceptive side. So It's like there's something in your energy the second people try that with you. They like look into your eyes and they know that you know, and then they go like, oh shit, I'm gonna get caught, and then they back off. So I feel like people just back off after they try, like I just said, like immediately. They know not to. They know not to mess with you. I also just feel like with the Seven of Swords here, it's like you have the capacity to play those games back with them. Like you don't want to stoop to that level, because I feel like the Five of Pentacles here, like that's so beneath you. Like you see that as beneath you. You see these games, you see this manipulation, all that bullshit as like way beneath you. But you can stoop to that level because, like the song lyrics I was picking up on, you're fluent. You are fluent in the manipulative crap that people play. But you can play. Like, if they try you, you can. Like, you can Uno reverse them on that. And you'd come out on top. And they know that. They can read that. They can read that in your energy. Spirit, what else? What else makes group 1 intimidating? And I'm getting something about physical energy and vitality here. Oh, and I just pulled the Ace of Wands. I was actually getting that from this card, so that's interesting. So the Ace of Wands, that is physical energy and vitality. So I don't know if some of you are just very strong, or I was picking up that some of you, maybe this skill, this craft you've worked on is physical. It's about the physical body. But there's just like a power to your life force. It's very forceful. So I don't know if some of you have like physically strong bodies. Otherwise, it is just your energy. Like there's this powerful, vital energy just like pulsing underneath the surface. I hope that makes sense. Here we have the Four of Wands. That's more of this fire energy. Oh, you stick to your commitments as well. So it's like you have a lot of integrity. And, you know, Seven of Swords, manipulative, lying, deceitful people, they don't like people with integrity, right? Because they have none. It's just like they're threatened by it. Because most of them, they want to have that, but they know they don't. So I feel like you don't break your promises. You stick with your commitments. You stay loyal to people who are loyal to you. And you don't put up with bullshit. You don't put up with underhanded deals. You don't put up with backstabbing. I just keep seeing these two characters in the back here, and they're like shaking hands, but like the wand is blocking the handshake. So I just feel like it's just giving false deals, false promises. You know what I'm saying? Like too much fine print. Like you don't like that. You like everything to be above ground and by the book and honest and, like I said, with integrity. Oh, also the Page of Wands here is giving courage. So obviously you have the courage to stand up for yourself. And like I was saying, I feel like that makes people back off before they even start with you. But I feel like there's also just this courage to try new things, to develop things. I feel like you kind of have an adventurous spirit, and it just like, I don't know if that intimidates people as much. It might cause a little bit of envy. Maybe you're just willing to do more, to go more, to climb bigger mountains. I don't know, but people really, I guess someone must find that intimidating. I feel like a lot of people admire it. But at the same time, it's intimidating. You're not afraid to fail, I guess. You're not afraid to get off your horse because you have integrity. You know that to create something, to become good at something, it requires failure. That's like a natural step. And so that must intimidate people that like that laugh at people who fail, right? I feel like you're not one of those people who laughs at people who fail because you've been there, you've been a failure, and you just learn from your mistakes and you keep growing. A lot of people like just don't try at all. So they see any failure and they laugh at it, and you know, they stay little, they stay stuck. And then they just get jealous of people who are amazing at their craft, at their skill. So I want to end this with any fortunes, which might be advice Spirit wants to say, or anything that might be coming up. Okay, I think that was the only one that wants to come out for you guys. So we have whatever you do, do it with all your heart. And that just sounds like what you already do. But like, you know, if you do have a lot of these people coming at you, or that are attracted to your energy for whatever reason, just keep sticking to your integrity. And it's working. It's intimidating these people. But anyway, that's what I have for you. I hope this resonated. If it did, please give this video a thumbs up. If not, feel free to give it a thumbs down. And leave a comment down below to let me know if it resonated, or even just to let me know which group you were in. That's always very appreciated. If you're new here and you liked this reading and you like my style and you like pick a card tarot readings in general, please consider subscribing. I make a lot of different pick a card tarot readings over here on a variety of topics, which you can find categorized under the playlist tab on my channel page, so go check those out if you're interested. But anyway, as always, thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye. Hi group 2, and welcome to your reading. You guys chose the natural fluorite octahedron. I keep forgetting that word, octahedron, today. So today we are asking, what makes you intimidating? How do you intimidate others? So let's just jump in and get started. You guys had a lot of runes that wanted to come out, so we will get started on those. So we have Feu, which is about wealth and resources. So I don't know if people perceive that you're wealthy, have resources, or you have the potential for that. Some people might find that intimidating. Some people might fear that you're going to take their resources. I don't know. It's weird. Like, I don't know if you attract a lot of greedy people for some reason. We have Dagas and we have Ewas. Okay. Your handwriting just came through. So something about your handwriting. Or it might be what you write. Some of you might have a really forceful way of communicating that's powerful. It might not be forceful in that it's like, you know, dominating and overly direct, maybe for some of you, but it's just like, it's like so clear and it's so truthful and so authentic to who you are that it has a forcefulness to it, if that kind of makes sense. Because Dagas, this is about light. You know, it's the rune of daylight. So light is about clarity. It's about truth. And I'm also hearing precision. So there's something very precise about your energy. There's something very honest, something very truthful, something very direct. Like, you don't hide. You don't bullshit. You don't beat around the bush. I don't feel like you're necessarily, maybe for some of you, like you're bluntly honest, and that would explain this energy. But for others of you, maybe you're not even like blunt or harsh about things. You're just clear. You're just yourself, and like people can't question it because it's so clear. I'm also getting generosity. I feel like you're a very generous person and you expect equal give and take in your relationships, and I feel like you don't back down from that. You don't settle for less, right? I don't feel like you're going to stick around with people where you are giving more and they're taking more. I do not feel like you stand by that, because I feel like if you ever find yourself in a dynamic where you're taking more, you feel bad about it. Like, you feel like it's wrong. And so when people are doing that to you, it's kind of like, what's up with this, dude? Like, come on. I feel like you're very fiercely loyal too. Or maybe you have a very strong circle or a very strong family, just very strong connections with the people you're close to. And so maybe your social, I don't want to say leverage, but that's what's coming through. Your social leverage, your social network might be intimidating to other people, just because it's kind of like, people know, like, if they're going to cross you, you have all these family and friends that are going to like have your back, you know? Maybe some of them are even very powerful people. It's just like, you're well liked. I just feel like you're well liked in your community and people can see that. Like, even if you don't feel like you are, right? Maybe you don't feel like you have this powerful network. Others are perceiving it, and so they're kind of intimidated by that, because they know that people love you and you love them back, because you form very strong bonds when you do form bonds. Okay, but let's see what your cards have to say. So we have Bobin Sana, which is number 8. Some of you could be life path number 8, and it says trust. And look at these DNA strands. So yeah, strong family ties for some of you, or ancestral ties or something like that. I just feel like it doesn't necessarily have to be family. Some of it could be like, adoptive family for some of you, like people you are so close to you that aren't blood related, but they feel blood related. Then we have the raccoon. Some of you might be exposers of the shadow. Your own personal light, your own personal presence, right? Because Dagos is the light, it is the truth, it is the clarity. You radiate this. So people that try to hide in the shadows and scavenge, which is what raccoons are, they can't get away with it. You expose them. Your very presence, your very energy. Some of you actually communicate this, so I don't know if some of you are whistleblowers in some cases. Obviously that's only for one or two people here. But you're not willing to call out shady behavior. You are willing to. You're not afraid to. I feel like you also just have a very strong spiritual connection as well. So it's not just like your actual network of family and friends and people who love you, who are strongly bonded to you. There is also, you have this powerful spiritual connection as well. Like you have obviously with trust here, you have a deep connection to your higher self, to your own intuition. And a lot of people don't even believe in that kind of stuff, but they can still just feel it. They know it. There might even be something that seems really innocent or naive about you, and maybe there is, right? Maybe sometimes you don't know when people are being shady and working in the shadows because you want to trust people. You want to give people the benefit of the doubt because you are kind-hearted. You're a sweetheart. And you have so much love to give for everybody. And like, it's even when people hurt you, you still want to give people the benefit of the doubt, even when you've been hurt. You don't want to paint everyone as a bad, shady person, but it just feels like you're willing to trust people, and therefore, like, the universe, your guides, whatever you believe in, like, they protect you from that. You just know that they're gonna protect you, and if like you're going to go ahead and be open-hearted and trust people. And if someone does try to harm you, like, your guides are going to stop that instantly and you won't be harmed. And it'll be made apparent to you because of this strong spiritual kind of connection with your guides. Or I want to say specifically ancestors with the DNA on this card and this elderly woman here. I don't know if some of you have like a grandmother type figure that you know is watching over you. Because she's there. She's got like her wings wrapped around you. I guess not wings. Maybe wings. I don't know. Just wings like an angel. I also just feel like people feel like you have these resources. You have some sort of resources that you can tap into, and really for some of you it's like actual wealth, like you have money, which gives you power, and that can be intimidating to people. It might also, if that's the case for you, it might make people want to kind of suck up to you in a way. And if it's not actual, like maybe you don't have a lot of money or inheritance or like, generational wealth, some of you obviously do here. It might just be some sort of social status or power, like maybe you have leadership position at your job or something like that. People just perceive that you have resources that you could use against them if they tried to harm you. I think it's kind of weird because I don't feel like you're the type of person that, throws resources in people's face. It's like, if you try to harm me, I have this. But I just feel like for some reason it does intimidate people. Whatever material resources, social position, something like that. There's also something about your willingness to explore the darkness, explore the depth. Like you're not afraid to go into the unknown. And you've obviously done that before, right? You've tread into the darkness, you've gone into the unknown. I don't know what that means. Like if I'm picking up like shadow work, like you've done a lot of shadow work, so you know all of your darkness and you can recognize it in others, or maybe you just constantly try new things, like you're not, or talk to a variety of different types of people. Something about exploring the darkness, you're willing to go there, like you're just willing to go there. And there's a lot of spiraling swirl energy. I just feel like this is your guides, that spiritual protection. Like there's a shield around you. The people who don't even believe in that stuff, they can just energetically pick up on that, and it's just like they know things bounce right back. Like they just bounce right back. Like nothing can touch you. Nothing can actually touch you. Some of you might be like really fast as well. Like in and out really fast, like maybe you learn things really fast or something. Because there's a hummingbird on here, and hummingbirds represent a lot of things, but like they are very, very fast little birds. I don't know if some of you are just high energy, or maybe you're smaller. Maybe some of you just have like a high heart rate. I don't know what that means. Heart rate, like your heart beating. I'm seeing something like that. I think maybe it's just going back to what I was saying. You have a heart-centered approach, and it just repels people that do not have a heart-centered approach. I don't know why I'm being drawn to talk about this, but like you know, they've studied that like the heart generates its own magnetic field that extends outside of the body, and that's based on like your heart rate variability, not your heart rate. So maybe that's why heart rate is coming through. Like, so you have a coherent heart energy that's creating a big powerful magnet, and I hope this is making sense. But like, so you have this magnet around you, but magnets repel things that are the opposite charge, right? And this is your protective shield, which I feel like is being held up by your guides, your ancestors. Yeah, so this swirling magnetic energy around you all the time, even people who don't believe in it, they feel it, and they cannot penetrate it. Okay, anyway, Spirit, can you tell us more? What makes group 2 intimidating to others? Okay, we have the 7 of Wands. Interesting. What makes group 2 intimidating? 8 of Pentacles. So, this isn't going to resonate for everybody, but it's giving competitive coworkers, right? Because 7 of Wands are about competition. 8 of Pentacles is your craft. So these must be the types that are specifically intimidated by you. People who are jealous of your skill, jealous of your craft. But I feel like there's a lot of projection happening. I feel like these types of people, really competitive people, are projecting a lot of stuff onto you that's not true. But I feel like, you know, with that shield, it just comes back to them. So anyone who tries to like undercut you and be overly competitive, work in the shadows, it just, like, I feel like it's almost instant. Like they get their instant karma every time someone tries to mess with you, or I do want to say undercut. They try to undercut you. And I feel like this happens more than you're even consciously aware of. Like, you don't even realize how often people are sending this projected energy onto you, and it's bouncing back to them instantly. Because like I said, you have this open, trusting heart. So you just, you know, I feel like you maybe a little bit too often just expect people to be good because you believe that they're good. And because of this shield around you, you don't actually have to face the brunt of any negative energy. In most cases, obviously, and sometimes that happens. I feel like you just, like, a lot of times you just have your head down, you're doing your own thing, you're doing your work, you're building your own life, and, you know, you just don't even realize the competitive energy around you. That people see you on this, like, elevated platform above them, and they feel threatened by it, and they want to be on that platform, and they want to dethrone you. But it's just like there's almost an oblivious energy around you. So, 8 of Wands. That goes back to what I was saying in the beginning. You are a very powerful communicator. because of your authenticity, because of your honesty. You're also fast. That's another fast energy. So I don't know if some of you, like if you play a sport specifically, you're very fast. And I feel like that makes you intimidating in your sport. But even then, like if you're into sports, you know, sports are competitive, right? I just don't feel like you get really heavy into like the competitive side of things, right? So a sport or say a competitive, maybe some of you are in really competitive industries like sales or something like that. Like it's like you realize these things are competitive, and you know, it's nice to win, but it's like, you know, it's not cutthroat to you. It's just like fun. You know, you're just doing your thing. You're there for self-improvement. You're there for the camaraderie, things like that. Okay, we have the Ace of Cups. So yeah, your connection to your intuition. Also this authenticity. There might be something about how you're not just afraid to express your emotions. Like you're not gonna suppress your emotions or hold back what you're feeling just to make other people comfortable. And I feel like that feeds into the forcefulness of the communication. King of Swords. Honest, sharp, truthful. Just clarifying what I was already saying. A lot of clarity, a lot of authenticity. So just to end this off, I'm going to pull a fortune or two if Spirit has any advice or just heads up about the future. We just want to see what only one came out in group 1. Let's see. Okay, so we have, there are dreamers and there are achievers. The difference between the two is action. So you actually put your plans into action. You don't just leave them in the dream phase. And I feel like that obviously intimidates people. That's why you're on this higher pedestal that people are jealous of, that they want to get up to. Okay, we have, there are times when silence has the loudest voice. Some of you might be drawn to group 1, especially if you have, you know, a quiet, still presence. Let's see here. You have a keen sense of humor and bring out the best in others. Yeah, I feel like, again, you don't even notice the competitive energy sometimes because you are just like, you're there to have fun. You're there to live your life. And it's just like, why are you competing with me? I don't even get it. You know, like that kind of energy. We have 2 people short in a row. You're very cooperative. And competitive people don't get that. They don't understand cooperation because they think there's some ulterior motive behind it. Okay, and we have, this is a good time to consider formally helping others. Wasn't I saying that in the beginning? Like, you're very generous. People might read ulterior motives into your generosity, but I just feel like it's a natural part of who you are. You're just naturally generous. You're just naturally giving. Okay, and then, though I am not naturally honest, I am so sometimes by chance. That's talking about what I was saying with the magnetic field, not expecting people to be competitive or shady, and they still get things thrown right back at them. But anyway, that's what I have for you, group 2. I hope this resonated. If it did, please give this video a thumbs up. If not, feel free to give it a thumbs down. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below if you feel like it. Or if you could just let me know which group you were in, that's always very appreciated. If you're new here and you liked this reading and you like my style and you like pick a card tarot readings generally, please consider subscribing or just checking out some more of my videos to see if I resonate with you. I make a lot of different pick a card tarot readings over here on a variety of topics, which you can find categorized under the playlist tab on my channel page. So go check those out if you're interested. But anyway, as always, thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye. Hi, group 3, and welcome to your reading. You guys chose the little, oh, there it goes, little blue lace agate today. So the topic for today's pick a card tarot reading is, what makes you intimidating? Why are people intimidated by you, your energy, your power? Let's go ahead and see. So for your rune, we have Algir. So there's a protectiveness about you. Definitely protective. I feel like people know that you're ready to jump in and defend when you need to. From the Herbal Astrology Oracle, we have Dandelion, which says Wounded Healer, and that is number 53. And we have the Deer. So I don't know if some of you have really strong Chiron placements in your chart with the Wounded Healer here. Okay. Give me a second to tune in. So motherly, nurturing teacher. So the deer is about motherhood, right? And mothers are they're very nurturing, but they're also very protective. So you have a mama bear energy. Regardless of whether or not you are actually a mother, I feel like you have a very big heart, a lot of natural love, and a lot of natural protective instincts. So this could be for your own children or just people you care about in general. You are not afraid to jump in, get fierce, and pounce when you need to defend yourself and to defend your loved ones. Like, I don't think there's anything more scary than like a mama bear, right? Because she's not just operating on, like a predator where they're just trying to find the weakest thing and, go attack it. The mama bear will go after something even scary to itself and still win because of the power and the force behind that. Because the driving force behind that protective mama bear energy is love. So you are very, very powerfully loving. And people can read that and they know they can't mess with you. And that's what's intimidating, is they know the force of your love, the unconditional love you have for yourself and for others. Okay, like it's like making me clench up. So I'm also getting like a teacher energy here, right? Because mothers are also like, they're guides for their children. And again, you don't have to be an actual mother here. It's just your energy is this. Mothers guide their children. They teach them. They lead them. So I feel like there's something about your capacity to teach and guide. And I feel like this is particularly threatening and intimidating to people who feel like they should be or are in a position of authority over you. So some of you might, like, for instance, this is just an example, but like your boss, you might know more than your boss, or you might just be better at things than your boss, or sometimes you teach your boss things and then your boss finds that threatening or intimidating. And that could play out in a lot of different dynamics, right? Because sometimes, like, even in like romantic relationships, one person, like males, a lot of times they think, okay, I'm the head of the household, I'm the leader of this relationship, so they can feel threatened or intimidated by the fact that you can know more than them sometimes, or that you are teaching them sometimes. So, I mean, obviously that's just for, weaker personalities that are easily threatened by other people's knowledge. So, okay, there's a lot coming through here. This is a powerful one, group 3. So, I'm also getting something like, you come into a lot of people's lives as like karma, or as someone that comes in to teach them a lesson, just from the powerful force of your energy, the strength of the actual love that you radiate. And I mean like divine, unconditional, motherly love. I'm not talking about romantic love. I mean, it can manifest through romantic love, but that's just one element of it. It's like your energy is so forceful, it forces people to confront, their toxic traits, their traumas, which is what that's what Chiron's all about. And this is a card of Chiron. So it's like you enter people's lives, and Chiron's an archer, right? So it's like you shoot your arrow directly where they need healing, and it wounds them. It's like you come in as the wounded healer because you've already been through it. You've already been wounded and healed it. So you come into people's lives and you kind of even this rune is looking like an arrow. Doesn't that look like the tail end of an arrow? So interesting. You pierce right through it and you force people to confront their darkness. And I feel like you don't even try. Like, just your energy and the fact that you've already learned to heal things on yourself, that you're already so evolved, you don't have to try. You just naturally pierce people and show them exactly where they need to be healed, if that kind of makes sense. Because dandelions, they're also, aren't they used like in like detox teas, like liver detox, like as part of the blend, along with some other herbs? So you help clear things out. And obviously this is very intimidating and threatening to people who they don't want to look at their shit. They don't want to clear things out. They're not ready to face themselves. They're not ready to look inwards. They're not ready to look at how they're treating people, right? So it's like you know, if some lower vibration people come at you and they try to hurt you, and then something about how you respond to their trying to hurt you makes them have to confront who they are and the reality of their actions and behavior. Very powerful energy. And I keep being drawn to this rainbow, and I don't know exactly what that means, because rainbows represent like hope, clarity. Maybe you do bring a lot of people hope as well with this motherly guidance energy. You also kind of show people that, you know, it is possible to heal and it is possible to grow and become stronger no matter what you're going through. Because I feel like a lot of you who chose this group 3, you have been through a lot of like really, really bad stuff and you've healed from it. And you kind of show people a path. I don't know why that's coming through as a form of intimidation. I think it just intimidates people who are not quite ready to go down that path yet. Even though I feel like you kind of show people that they need to, though. You're also really multifaceted, and I feel like people, it's like they come to you and like expect you to be like one flat dimension, right? And I feel like I've mentioned this in other readings, and maybe you've been in those readings, but like they expect this one dimension, maybe 2, and then you are like, the more they get to know you, there are so many more dimensions and aspects to you. Like you are so much more than what they originally expected from your surface level presence. I also feel like with dandelion, I'll get to the tarot in a minute here, but you keep picking it up and there's more. Dandelions, you know, they're about the superstition where you can make a wish, blow on the dandelion, and then the seeds spread everywhere. So I feel like maybe some of you are really powerful manifestors, or it's just like your wishes seem to come true, and which would make sense, right? With the power of your energy, how tapped in you are to that divine power underneath everything, which is unconditional love coming through this motherly energy here. I feel like it just makes things that you want to happen, they happen really serendipitously, really easy for you, maybe, or at least other people might be perceiving that, the people who are intimidated by you. Okay, so Spirit, can you tell us more? Why are people intimidated by group 3? What is that came out? That was the first card in group 2. Why are people intimidated by group 3? But totally different energy. You're not afraid to stand your ground. You're not afraid to fight. Even when the odds are stacked against you. Because, like, look at this one person against all these 6 other wands coming at them. Like, this person's not afraid to fight off 6 different people. Because they know they have the high ground. And you have the high ground because you have the spiritual high ground. You have this moral high ground. You have that mama bear energy that has the power to defeat 6 different people against you. So that's what's intimidating, is they know that you can and will stand your ground if they did try. You have that actual power to be able to do it successfully. Let's see here. We have the moon. So the moon, there's some more about this feminine energy here. Like there's a lot of divine feminine, like the actual aspect of the feminine. I know in a lot of tarot readings they use the term divine feminine or whatever to just represent a woman, but I mean like the actual aspect of divine femininity, right? Because this rune is also about divinity. you are very tapped into divine spiritual forces and the divine feminine energy specifically, which, you know, people talk a lot about, oh, that the feminine is receptive and passive and beautiful and attractive. But like I've been saying from the beginning of this reading, there's a massively fierce side to the feminine as well, because she's so loving and she's so protective. The mama bear energy. We have the Two of Cups. So, again, on the Moon card, we have the two wolves here. Wolves are also, they're pack animals, right? They stick together. They're very connected. So people just, they know that you have your pack or that you will defend them. I guess you kind of have that alpha female energy, and if you're a male, I guess it would be an alpha male energy. But it's just such a strong feminine, divine feminine energy coming through here. But yeah, so powerful. Like, there's so much power. Some of you might work in the medical field too. Because we have this symbol that I associate with the medical field, and we're talking about a healer here as well. So some of you must actually practically work in the healing field, whether that's medical, spiritual, anything like that. Then we have the Ace of Wands. I mean, even if you don't work as a healer, like, your spiritual work is as a healer. Like I'm saying, you come into people's lives as their karma. So I feel like you just have some of your life purposes wrapped up in healing other people, even indirectly and unintentionally. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, protective, guarded. You're not afraid. You're not afraid because of all of the power behind you and inside of you. It's amazing. And then we have the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck. That's more like this divine energy. Like, you're tapped into the divine unknown. So that's your intuition. But it's also just hidden knowledge that sometimes you act on that you're not even consciously thinking of. Maybe some of you get into intuitive flow states really easily, or you just have hidden knowledge that you have access to that you don't share readily, but I feel like people can pick up on that you have access to that knowledge. But I am going to now end this by getting a few fortunes to see if Spirit has any advice or heads up or anything that might want to come through, or how to deal with people that are currently intimidated by you if some of you need it. Anything does want to come out. Okay, I think it's just the one. It says your courage will reward you. So don't be afraid of this energy. I feel like maybe some of you struggle with that. Like, you feel the forcefulness of that mama bear energy, the protectiveness of it, but that power exists for a reason, right? You're supposed to be powerful. You're supposed to tap into that power. And I feel like maybe some of you want to dim the light. You don't want to act on that power because it feels wrong, or like you're being a bad person for using your power, for wielding this wand, when no, you have that power for a reason. So don't be afraid of it. Don't think you're a bad person. Don't feel like you have to be nice when you feel that mama bear instinct, when you feel that power, because it's there. You're supposed to have it. But anyway, that's what I have for you, Group 3. Absolutely loved this one. If this resonated, please give this video a thumbs up. If not, feel free to give it a thumbs down. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below if you feel like it, or if you could just let me know which group you were in. That's always very appreciated. And if you are new here and you liked this reading and it resonated and you kind of like my style and you like Pick a Card Tarot readings, please consider subscribing or checking out my other readings if you feel like it, if you have time. Because I make a lot of different Pick a Card Tarot readings over here on a variety of topics, which you can find categorized under the playlist tab on my channel page. So go check those out if you're interested. But anyway, thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye!